Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
Good afternoon.
I think, Mark, will you be joining us?
I'm
Morning,
not
gentlemen.
sure.
Hi there.
Hi, Mark won't be joining us today. You can
Okay.
continue.
Okay, great. Let's start off with. So remember, we're doing now the POE part. We first go share this before we go to the actual POE. Just see that good sharing there. Okay, so you should have received this document. This is just a guideline on completing your facilitator course. So in your facilitator course, you have a formative assessment and you have a summative assessment book and a POE guide and a learner guide. The learner guide contains all the information regarding the course. It belongs to you, so it stays with you. The formative assessment that needs to be completed with your summative assessment. Your POE guide, you can just sign on all the lines where it says learner signature, because that is for the assessor to complete once he receives your POE. So just to go quickly through you what is expected on the formative assessment. They say complete all questions from question 1 to question 6 on a separate answer sheet and make sure your points on the answers align to the marks allocated. Right? Section B, on your formative assessment, task 1, choose any topic of your choice and plan for presentation session on it. Please video a session of the below of about 15 to 20 minutes, save on a USB stick or disk. Just to stop there quickly, you guys that's doing it online, on the e-learning portal, there is a section where you can upload your video clips, and you can upload your POE there. So it's not necessary for you to save it on a stick, because then else you have to go and it's more expenses that you need to go and buy a stick and everything. So there are options for you to upload the video clip session. Now the video clip session is just, you can even use 4 colleagues or even 4 friends. It's just to see, we just want to see if you have an understanding of executing your facilitation and how you would present it. Then on a separate,
Jonathan, very quick
sorry,
question there.
yes,
Yeah, for that video clip, do you need audio and visual, or do you need, I mean, yeah, do you need to see me standing and presenting, or do you just require the voice print, the audio?
no, we need to see you positioning, how you position yourself.
Okay.
Right. On a separate sheet, name your topics and give a brief description on the outcomes to be covered in your presentation. That means what is the outcomes. For instance, if you're doing a first aid course, then you have various outcomes. For instance, how to perform CPR, or how to treat a snake bite, or so forth. That would be up to you regarding the choice the course that you're going to choose. List your 4 participants, a minimum of 4. So you can even just use random names. List participants' needs for each and every one of them. So if they have a need, or they have a special need, you must list it with your 4 participants next to their names. List all your resources, location, and personnel for your presentation. Prepare PowerPoint slides for your presentation. You will print out your slides and attach them to your POE Again, you can upload it onto the e-learning. It's not necessary for you to print it out, but if you feel you want to do it everything hard copy, you're more than welcome. Then highlight the seating arrangement you prefer your class to adapt to ensure their safety. Draw a picture of the seating arrangement and motivate why you have chosen that seating arrangement. So now you've set out, you've chosen your course, you know your topics that you're going to discuss with your 4 participants, and you know what their needs are, you know your resources, your location. Again, this is what we had the discussion about yesterday. The final step is now you need to arrange your training venue. So what seating arrangement are you going to use for your course that you have chosen? Just a picture with a drawing showing this is how I've structured my class is sufficient enough. Or you can take a picture as your actual class looks like and just attach it. Right, list the facilitation methods you will use and give an explanation on why you chose each one of them. Remember the methodology that we've gone through, discussions, lectures, demonstrations, readings. Those are the methods. So you can list the methods that you've chosen and just give a short description why you have chosen those methods. Then, lastly, design a simple training evaluation form which will allow your participants to review your presentation session. Remember now, this is where we need to receive the feedback of our facilitation from our participants. Then, task 2, complete the top left of the checklist in page 8. Fill in name, company, and ID number. Do not fill in any dates. This is still on your formative assessment. Task 3, give your presentation the evaluation for design for them to complete. In other words, give the evaluation form for the four participants to complete. From the evaluation form, you and you engage as a whole, listen, strength and weaknesses starting from planning up until the presentation part. List your areas for improvement and highlight how shall do them better in the next session. We actually should put there how would you improve them in the next session. Right, please do not fill in any dates. Your initials needs to be completed in the bottom right corner of each page. That's just to acknowledge that it's your own work. All copies should be attached to your portfolio. All POEs should be handwritten. Any documents that you created may be done electronic. You may type out your work as long as you sign on the bottom of the page stating that you acknowledge it is your own work. So we do not require you to do it completely handwriting because we're doing long distance and we're doing online courses. So we are more than happy with you using a Word document. Just remember to put your signature on the bottom stating that you declare that this is your own work. Then, moving to your summative assessment. Complete all questions from 1 to 6 on a separate answer sheet and make sure your points on the answers align to the marks allocated. Section B, Task 1. Use Unit Standard 8494, demonstrate understanding of HIV and its implementation to plan for a training facilitation session or choose any unit standard you desire. You can Google Unit Standard 8494 and check the outcomes you need to cover in your session. Again, your participants should complete the evaluation checklist. An attendance register for your session should be completed and attached to your portfolio together with the completed evaluation checklist. A PowerPoint presentation slide of your session should be attached to your POE. And again, complete the top left of the checklist in page 7. Fill in your name, company, and ID number. Do not fill in any dates. Things you need to submit when everything is done. Answering sheet from 1 to 6 on your formative assessment. Answering sheet for question in task 1 and 3 on the formative assessment. Obviously your USB or your video clip with your PowerPoint presentation on. PowerPoint presentation clips for formative and summative assessment. And completed evaluation forms by your participants. Answer sheets 1 to 6 on a summative assessment. PowerPoint slides for formative assessment presentation. Completed evaluation form for summative assessment presentation. And signed attendance register for the session. All sections in the POE needing your details should be completed names and ID numbers and signatures and no dates. So it sounds a lot, but basically, if you have a look at the guidelines set out here for your POE, the first in your formative, you're going to choose your own course and conduct a facilitation on your own choice of course. And then on your summative assessment, they ask you again to conduct another facilitation, but just on demonstrating the understanding of HIV and the implementation on it. Why do they require 2 facilitation simulations? It's just because ETDP wants to see, can you can do it on a course of your own choice, so a course on your expertise, but can you do it on a course that is not within your area? This will also give us an indication, a complete indication of your competency regarding a facilitator. Remember, guys, it happens in our training industry that facilitators do get drawn in to quickly come and facilitate a course that they are not familiar with. So this is actually just preparing you for in case that might happen. It does happen on a daily basis. There's nothing we can do about it. Unfortunately, it happens so often that ETDP and all the relevant ETQAs, they can't get a grip on it and get control over the situation. Right, that was the checklist. Let's move over to the actual POE, and let me show you how the actual POE looks like. Now, where is my POE guide? Amen. Okay, let's go share. Let me just see if it picks it up now. There it is. Right, so this is one of our students that recently completed a facilitator course. She done it excellently. So first off, start off by identifying yourself. Create a